Hello everyone, my name is AP the Weird One, and we are back with Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuuuX Episode 2 for those who saw the beginning, and Episode 3 for us normal fans who didn't. Anyway, in this episode we get the introduction of this lovely lad, Suji Uto, who is, what I found out last week, is the pilot of the Red Mobile Suit Gundam. So Char's Gundam. And in this episode we basically get the debut of the Gundam clan battles. The group known as Pomeranians are lovely Machu, and basically him and this other team will led by Anne. We'll just say Anne for the time being, but yeah, those two. Basically, that's her clan, and this episode was a bit interesting. You know, we learned some other little details. You know, at the end of the war, the person who got captured from the Zeon Special Forces. If I can find him, no, not Ken. Who is it? Oh, Xavier. So Xavier is the one captured, and because he got captured by military police, there being a stinker, they don't want to hand it over to Zeon Special Forces until our friend Chala Bull shows up. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna bring essentially the Pegasus in there. So that was a bit that was a big shocker. He manages to get his guy. We learned that Machu lives in a single-parent home. Her mother works for the government. She is also a student. We do get to see the school life and see their little outfits. And we see that, you know, her being a new type definitely kicks in. But she's a little bit hesitant about being in a clan battle. But she's hopeful that the Pomeranians will store her Gundam for the time being. They kind of try to investigate it, realize if they dig too deep into it, it will self-destruct. They don't want that. But yeah. So, and while she's at school, she has her new type revelation where to locate Ito. She doesn't exactly know who he is, but to know the Kira, the man who's flying the Gundam, the one who she met in her crosshairs in the first episode, who kind of mind linked with her, and while she's looking at the Kira symbol, she runs into him. He's a bit of a weirdo, but he seems like a good, reliable partner, or as Mav will talk about it. We'll get that in a little bit more, but yeah, he seems to be a reliable guy. A little weird, you know. He seems to, have a thing for both our ladies, Machu and Yan. We learned why the importance of Machu, and Macho being the nickname for our main character. That's her childhood nickname. She accidentally just blurts out. I guess, she's like, I don't want to give my real identity, but then that suddenly appears, and that's what she's going to go by in her Gundam debuts. But yeah, so when you get to the clan battle portion, it's basically 5 minutes because that's how long it takes till the police forces arrive. So you need to have your battles very quickly, and essentially there's no rules except that the winner is determined by the slicing off the other Gundam's head. So not necessarily need to kill the other planet to win, and it's basically a battle too. So you need to have your MAV units, but the concept of MAV units, like I said, it was in episode 1, is for like a wingman, and the reason this technique was developed because under Minovsky particles, basically whoever gets the first shot, and if you land, you're essential at victory. However, if you miss your first shot, you're pretty much doomed. So if you screw up, it's up to your MAV to support you and make sure that you don't get knocked out yourself. So that's kind of the importance. That's what was explained by our man, Mr. Chalabul. He kind of explained it. He explained yeah, he explained basically kind of like they were maps were used by armored forces, armored assault forces, and in the first battle, it's kind of a bit interesting because Machu is not expecting to have expecting gunfire. So when the battle does happen, she's very young, naive. She doesn't know. She's moving around, and then suddenly gunfire happens, and her world gets turned upside down. And for a new soldier, if you've never heard gunfire or anything, I think it kind of makes sense for her to get into a bit of tizzy. She doesn't know what's going on. She's not exactly expecting it. She's hoping for like a more of a traditional duel between arms. So it definitely gives her a tizzy. But our good Mav, he holds together. He mind links with her. It's like, hey, everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this, and the two end up being successfully winning. So yeah, and he's proved a really cool moment, as I know from old Mobile Suit Gundam. Aside from the beam saber, the Gundam signature kind of other weapon was the mace, something that not mace, flail. Be care, flail. Maces don't have the chains. They can't be used for distance. But yeah, he brings his signature flail. The reason he gets involved in competition because his manual that allows that operates the Gundam was kind of short circuited. He was going to pay for it, but then they of course lost the money in the water because of good old Machu by accident, of course. So that's why he is participating in the Gundam. And the Gundam also seems to want to fight itself, which leads me to believe that maybe Char Asimov got absorbed. It's not unheard of considering in Gundam Witch Mercury, the first pilot of the main Gundam was absorbed, so that's why I'm kind of thinking of that process. But a kind of a bit of a funny moment is while they're getting, they're planning their saying that we're going to be a team Machu and Ito. They have this very kind of funny moment, which I meant to bring up. So they have this facial expression right here. I have a dumb, silly moment like Machu, like these two airheads can't match, and it kind of reminded me of something that's been more recent from Zentrea's streams. And I know this can be a little bit hard to see, but down the corner you have Ariel and Haruka, and Haruka's face at that moment just screams Machu's expression. I'm like, yeah, that's those two are definitely airhead moments. I can definitely see that. And another moment, and I know if it was to happen in the older Gundam series, like if this was during the 70s, 80s, and 90s, I'm pretty certain at this particular moment where Machu is having her new type expression of everything, like she's having her feelings moment, contact with Ito. We would have been seeing some nipples, potentially a nice rear end. The feet do look nice, but yeah, we would definitely have been seeing some nipples. Maybe for the DVD release, maybe they would include that just to keep more in line with Gundam, because Gundam was for a mature audience, and it did have its fan service. So yeah, overall, good, not a solid episode. I am looking forward to the next episode. Next episode, we're going to be seeing the GMs. I have a soft spot for GMs. Those are very cool. I owned one as a kid. They're just kind of a nice, simplistic design. So I'm looking forward to seeing them in battle. The music for this series has also been really on point. I like listening to music. It's very nice for the battles, which is par for the course of a Gundam series. One other thing to mention is about the opening. I was thinking of what was the idol show? Oh god, hold on, let me pause for a sec. That's right, Oshinoko. It's not the first opening, but the second opening that I was thinking of. That's what kind of reminded me of the music. Still saw it. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same band. I could have looked into it, but regardless, it sounded very similar to that opening. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time for episode 3. I'm on episode 4 anyway. I'm gonna continue this. It's fun. I like Machu. Our new boy Ito, the pilot of the Red Gundam, he seems interesting. Maybe there could definitely be seen a love triangle between Nan, Machu, and him. Maybe this man will get a harem, or not a harem. Like, we'll have two lovers. We never know. He definitely seems like someone who could betray the group, I would think, but not necessarily in season 1. More something that would happen, like in say season 2. It kind of gives out that vibe, but he's likable. I like the Zeon Special Forces. They seem kind of nice as well, so I'm looking forward. And maybe we'll learn something about Machu's father, because I think that might have had something important potentially. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you enjoy it. You can officially watch this on Amazon Prime, which I am doing. Though, in order to record, get screenshots, whatever thing, I need to do it third party, because OBS does not like Amazon Prime, or Amazon Prime says F you to OBS. Anyway, regardless of the fact, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you have a wonderful day.